Zoroastrianism is an ancient pre-Islamic religion of the Persian Empire founded by the Iranian prophet Zoroaster in the 6th century BC. It is considered the first attempt of creating a monotheistic religion unifying itself under one god, Ahura Mazda, the supreme being who created the world. Ahura Mazda is eternal and universal goodness, controlling the cosmos and the destiny of human beings. It is thought that Zoroastrianism influenced both Christianity and Islam due to the similarities between the two. However, this cannot be proven.
How do you guys feel about a supreme god?
Well, I think that's definitely important because there could be too many gods that get in the way if there's like so many that it would just make it hard to have like a full belief.
It's kind of similar to like the Catholic religion of one supreme god who kind of controls everything.
Zoroastrianists believe that there's a god that created the visible and invisible worlds. How do you feel about that?
You mean like black holes?
I mean, yeah, you can take that into consideration.
Okay. I really don't know what an invisible world looks like because it's invisible, so...
Do you believe in that?
I don't believe in that because it's invisible.
Zoroastrianism was founded by Zoroaster, who's also known as Zarathustra. Zoroaster grew up in a polytheistic area as the son of a priest. At 30 years old, an angel called Good Thought appeared to him and brought him as a disembodied soul to Ahura Mazda, the wise lord. He recognized Ahura Mazda as the one true God and began preaching monotheism to his society, saying all other gods were evil, but the people of his homeland disliked his teachings. As he left to go to the modern-day Iran to preach his ideas, and the country adopted this as their religion, Zoroaster is said to have been murdered on an altar by an invading army that disapproved of his teaching.
The Avesta, the sacred text of Zoroastrianism, contains the 17 hymns, or gathas, created by Zoroaster. It was written in the Avestan language. A quote reads, "I profess myself a Mazda worshipper, a Zoroastrian, having vowed it and professed it. I pledge myself to the well-thought thought. I pledge myself to the well-spoken word. I pledge myself to the well-done action." This quote very clearly shows the importance of a key aspect of Zoroastrianism: good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. Zoroastrians believe that fire represents God's light and wisdom, and that it is the supreme symbol of purification. However, they do not worship this fire. These fires are maintained in fire temples and are always present during any rituals or ceremonies, even outside of the temples. Fire temples are places of worship, and in 2010 there were 177 worldwide, including one in New York. All prayers are done facing the sun, fire, or any other source of light.
So Cam, do you know anything about Zoroastrianism?
A little bit.
Do you know anything about what happens when they die?
Yeah, when they die, they go to a place where they're left out in the sun to dry, and then they're picked apart by vultures down to their bones. That's about it.
When Zoroastrianists die, they believe that the spirit leaves the body but remains on earth for 3 days and 3 nights, hovering near the body. Then it would depart into the spiritual realm, led by Dana, the guardian spirit. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's scientifically impossible.
Be realistic, bro.
Oh, that's I don't think it's realistic whatsoever. I'd say that Bill Nye would say that that's a low.
Zoroastrianists believe that when you die, your spirit stays near the body for 3 nights and 3 days until getting taken to the spiritual realm by a spiritual god. What are your views on afterlife and your views on this kind of afterlife?
I believe in like a heaven and hell, and that afterlife is just weird.
Do you think it's possible?
I mean, it could be. I feel like it's not likely though.
The basis of Zoroastrianism is ethical dualism, the belief in the forces of good and evil, which determine your overall fate based on whether you choose the truth or the lie. The Chinvat Bridge, or the Bridge of Judgment, separates the world of the living and death. All souls must cross this bridge upon death in the presence of 2 four-eyed dogs. If a person has been wicked and lived a life of falsehood, the bridge will appear narrow, and they will cross the bridge to the worst existence, a place of suffering similar to hell. If people have lived a good life of good thoughts, words, and deeds, the bridge will appear wide, and they will cross to the house of best purpose, similar to heaven. These souls will be united with Ahura Mazda. Every Parsi in Zoroastrian faith, Parsi meaning a group of Zoroastrianists, has to adopt the Gujarati language, which evolved from Pakistan and Gujarati. They also have to follow marriage customs, and the women have to wear traditional saris in place of their Persian dress. Lastly, they are also asked to keep their weapons down at all times. These all follow till date.
There has been a huge decline in the interest of Zoroastrianism as a faith. It used to be one of the most prominent religions in the world to now only having about 190,000 followers. Zoroastrians have spread from just small villages to towns all over the world. Even though they can be found all over, most followers are found in India. They sought refuge here when a Muslim army drove them out of their homeland to take over. After the invasion, they decided to stay in India. The other central locations where Zoroastrians reside are in Iraq, Iran, and Central Asia. The population of Zoroastrians has been declining due to several other more popular and modern religions. Also, you cannot convert to Zoroastrianism, you must be born into the faith.
Zoroastrians pray multiple times a day, and some dress up in a kutsi, which is usually a cord knotted 3 times that reminds them of the 3 things that they live by. These 3 things are good words, good thoughts, and good deeds. Also, with the kutsi, they wear a white cotton shirt to symbolize the purity of themselves. Prayers are said usually facing a light source, this light source being a sun or a fire. They pray to have help to defeat the evil that is among us, and no prayer is held without the presence of a sacred fire. Zoroastrianism has specifically 2 groups. One is the Iranians, and the second is the Pharisees. The Pharisees are a group of Iranians who fled Iran as refugees in search of somewhere else to practice their religion freely to escape the persecution of the Muslim armies. Dr. Rashna is quoted to say, though both are originally Persian, Iranis and Pharisees speak different languages, eat different food, look different, and have a different sense of humor. Due to the fact that you cannot convert to Zoroastrianism, followers are trying to preserve their religion by maintaining traditions and rituals, and also by marrying fellow Zoroastrians. There is no way to tell how much longer Zoroastrianism will be around with the modernizing of the world.